Welcome everybody to Java Fundamentals for Android Developers. I am Bonnie, and I am one of the tutors of this course. All of us are here to help you on your journey to become a mobile developer. This course, it was designed to provide you with the basic entry-level skills and knowledge on Java programming language. On this first lesson, we'll learn some Java basics, operators, control flow, classes, objects, and methods. So during this masterclass, first I will review some of the content that was learned on lesson 1, and later we'll have a 30 minutes of answering and questions. So leave your questions in the commentary section. Okay, I will share with you my screen so we can start. Okay, welcome to Java Fundamentals. So the first things that we are going to review are the operators. Then we are going to review control flow, then classes, and objects and methods. Okay, the first, operators. We are using it to compare some variables between them. There is the relation ones, the equality, and the logical. The relational are the more than, more equal than, less than, and less equal than. For example, we can compare a number with this type of operators. There is the equality ones. For example, if there are equal to, if this variable is equal to another one, or if it's different. And there is the logical ones. For example, the and the or. We use these ones to compare expressions or simply variables between them. Let's see it with an example. Okay, this project is public, so if you want to try it, here's the link and the number of the project. Okay, I was talking about the operators, so we are going to try it. Let me first comment this. Okay, this that you are looking here, are some variables. All of these operators, when we do it, they will return true or false, and we can store it in a Boolean variable. For example, this is one of the equality, 5 equal to 5, and that will be true. There is the different, so for example, 5 is different to 7, so this will return true. And all the other comparators, like bigger than, bigger, equal than, less than, and all of that, on all of them. We can store the true or false in variables, and right now they are expressions. So with the logical operators, we can compare expressions. So for example, here's the AND operator, that is a double ampersand symbol. We compare this first expression with the second expression. So let's view it. Sunny day is true, and rainy day is false. So true and false is false. This expression only will return true if both of the expressions are true. And this is the OR logical operator. We are comparing sunny day or rainy day. See, sunny day is true and rainy day is false. So this expression will return true because with one of the expressions is true, the OR operator will return true. So we can use these logical operators on all of them to use it with the control flow. Well, with the control flow, we can control where is our code running. For example, there is the conditional statements and the loop statements. If you see, normally our code goes from top to bottom in order. Only if one instruction finish, it will execute the next instruction. So if we want to change our flow of our code, we use the conditional statements. For example, an if. An if will evaluate one expression, and if it's true, we'll do some block of code, and if not, we'll do another or nothing code of block, and then we'll continue with the rest of the code. There is the loop statements. For example, the for and the while. In a while loop, one expression will be evaluated. If it's true, it will continue and make some code of block. Then we'll update some. Then we'll ask again the expression, and if it's yes, it will do it again in a loop. And if the expression returns false, it will exit the loop statement. So let's review this with an example. Just let me change something. Remember to change this. Okay. Now we are going to try the for loop statement. So I will comment this and compile it. If you see, here's the syntax. We use a for. Oh, let me show you first the if statement. The conditional statements, if then, or if then else. For example, here is the expression that the if then statement is evaluating. If you know sunny day is true. So if we print it, if we run this code, let me show you. See, first, here is the expression that is evaluated, that is true. So because it's true, this is going to enter this block of code. And we'll print sunny day. Let's change it to rainy day. We can compile it again and execute it. See? Rainy day is false, so this expression is returning false, so this is avoided, and this block of code is executed. See in terminal, it's printing rainy day. Okay, let's try the switch statement. Oh, before that, there is something named short circuit evaluation. That is when we have two expressions. If the expression could be true in the beginning or false, it will stop. For example, with the or, sunny day is true. So because this is an or, it will avoid the rainy day because this is enough with this true to enter to this block statement. Let's see it. See, it's printing sunny day. Now, if we use this other expression, oh, oh, I'm sorry, guys. I was not showing my screen. I'm so sorry. I was talking about that we are going to review all these topics: operators, control flow, classes, objects, and methods. Sorry so much, guys. Here are the operators that I was talking about, the relation ones, the equality ones, and the logical. And if you view, here's the project that I was talking about, that you could try it. Here's the number of the project. And here are all the operators that I was talking about. Sorry so much. And here are all the operators that I was talking about. The quality ones, the greater than, the less than, the less and equal than. And here are the ones that I was talking about, that we can store a true or a false in a variable and then compare these two expressions with the logical operands. This is the one that I was talking about, the AND operator, that is a double ampersand symbol, and the OR operator. Here is the code that I was talking about. If we compile it and run it, this will show sunny day because this expression is true. So this block of code will be executed. And if we change it with the rainy day because it's false, if we compile it and run it, this will show on the terminal rainy day because this is false. So this block of code will be avoided and will be executed this block of code. Then I was talking about the short circuit evaluation. So if we copy this expression, paste it here. Short circuit evaluation is when we have comparing both two expressions, for example, and if it's enough to know the total result, if will be a true or a false, the program will stop in some point of the code and just use the ones that are already true or false. For example, with the OR logical operator, we only need one true to become all the expression true. So for example, if we compile this and run it, see, it's printing sunny day because sunny day will be true, and with the OR, we only need one true to become all the expression true. It will stop here and will avoid this expression because it's not necessary. Now, if we compare rainy day and sunny day, remember with the AND operator, we only need one false to become all the expression false. So rainy day is false, so this will stop here because it already knows that all the expression is false. See, if we print it to terminal, here's rainy day. Okay, let's try the switch statement. With the switch statement, for example, if we need a lot of if then else, if then else, if then else, evaluating the same expression, we can use the switch statement. Here is the expression that the switch evaluates, and depending on which case this expression returns, it will execute some code block. For example, here, this expression returns a 2. So this will search, is case 0? No. Is case 1? No. Is case 2? Yes. So this will enter this block of code. So if we run it, see, it's printing on terminal option 2 because this switch uses this code of block, this block of code, because this expression is returning 2. This will be really useful if you need to do a lot of if then else statements about the same expression. Then I was talking about sorry guys, this is the slide of the control flow that I was talking about, that like you see of the if statement, and here is the while loop that I was talking about, where one expression is evaluated. If it's true, it will do it will execute one code of block, then return again and ask if the expression continues to be true. If it's true, we'll do again the code, and again in the loop. If the expression in that moment returns false, it will exit the loop statement and continue with the rest of the code. So let's view it on the code with an example. Here's the for loop that I was talking about. The first expression is the initializer. Here we can initialize one variable. Then here is the expression that we are evaluating to enter or exit the loop. For example, here we are asking if index is less than 5. And here is the expression that is named step. Each time this block is executed and finished, it will execute this expression. For example, this will add 1 to the index variable. So if we compile it and run it, you can see that here's printing from 0, because this will enter 0 is less than 5. Yes, so this enter and print 0. Then we'll do the step, will be 1. 1 is less than 5, 2, 3, and 4. Then with the 4 that is printed, we'll execute this step and index will be 5. 5 is less than 5? No, that will return a false. So this will exit and don't execute this block of code. If you see, it's only printing 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's try the while loop statement. Okay, here with the while, here is the expression that we are evaluating. If you want to do some step expression, you have to do it inside the block of code that is looping, because the while statement is only evaluating an expression that is inside here. So let's try it. If we run it, it will first index is 5. So 5 is greater than 0, true. So this will print 5. Then this block of code, this line of code that is storing an index and number 4, then a 3, a 2, a 1, and then will be index 0. Is 0 greater than 0? False. So this loop will be exit to the from this loop. If you see it, it's only printing from 5 to 1. Okay, let's return here. Now we are going to talk about classes, objects, and methods. First, what is a class? A class is a representation of something that we are going to create, to use. For example, a class dog, if you saw this image, is only a shadow. is only the representation of what a dog is. And we can add to this class object, to this class dog, the fields that it is stored, for example, the breed, the for, and the age, and all the methods that this class of dog can execute. For example, a eat method and a walk method. This is only the representation, and we are describing what kind of things this class could do. Now, an instance of the object is when we create a new dog and we store all these kind of fields. For example, here's an schnauzer dog. So the breed will be a schnauzer. The fur could be short or gray. And the age, for example, this seems to be a little bit old. So it could be 5 years old. And this is an instance because it's one of the new objects created. For example, another instance of the object dog could be a husky that with fur white and black or short and the age of 3 years old. And for example, this little puppy of a golden retriever breed with golden fur and maybe an age of 1. If you see, it's a difference between the class and the instance object. The class is just the representation. And the instances are all the objects of the type dog that are created. So let's view it on the code. Now open this dog. We are going to code here all that I was talking about on this slide. We will create a class dog with 3 fields, breed, fur, and age, and 2 methods, eat and walk. So let's do it. First, we are going to declare the fields. The breed could be a string. We can say that it's public, for example, be shared between other classes. The breed, and we will initialize it empty. So let me try this. Oh, sorry, are not the quotes. Oh, yeah, these are the quotes. Will be initialized with an empty, and we will show, and we will declare that this field is a string type. Let's see it. Now let's create the other fields. We will need a for one. That could be a string too. And initialize empty. And another variable that we will need it to be an int, because we are going to store the age of the dog. And this will be initialized by itself on 0. Now, we already initialized the fields, breed, fur, and age. Let's declare the methods eat and walk. Oh, first we will need to declare a constructor. This is called each time a new dog is created. It's like a method, but it's used to create the instances of the dog class. So let's declare it public to be used on other classes. And this will return a dog type. So we only have to write the dog, the name of the class that we are returning, And here are the parameters that we are expecting when we create a new dog. For example, here we have the breed, the fur, and the age of the dog. So each time that we call this constructor, this will create a new dog. So let's store these new values for each of the instances. For that, we use the word, the reserved keyword, this. This is used to refer to the instance that we are creating in that moment. That is because we use this because we are using this instance object. So let's access this instance object, the breed field, storing the new breed value. If you want, you can name it the same because here are you representing this variable, and here you are representing this variable. If you want, you can change it to don't confuse yourself. But because we are using this, there will be no problems. Let's store to the fur of the dog, and the age. Now, each time that a new dog is created, this will store these values. Let's add it another print to terminal to show you each time that a new dog is created. For example, we are going to print the breed. Let's try this. It will compile. Let me show you the breed, the for, the age, breed, for, age. Is this breed into system dot out println. Okay, the constructor is here. Given types. Oh, sorry. Here are the problem is because this code. So you have to actualize it with this change that I made. Sorry about that. And in the main code, there is nothing. Dog class, rescue dog, stands from dog. Right now, I'm going to comment this code, comment all of it. And we are only going to focus on this one. Okay, sorry about that. Now, we can try to create a new instance of the class dog. So we have to store it on a dog type variable, dog1. And we use the key type new to create a new instance. And we'll send all the information that the constructor is waiting. That is waiting in the order breed for an age. So we are going to give it in the same order. The string breed, for example, a golden retriever. A golden retriever. The type of the fur, that is golden and long. And the age, maybe 3. Okay, let's compile it. Oh, comment this if you don't want to see all the other code. So let's run it. And if you see, we are creating here a new instance of the object of the dog class. And here in the constructor is calling it each time that a new dog is created. And here we are printing this breed. So if we create another one, let's copy and paste it. For example, the husky. That is black and white with long hair. And then age of 4. Compile it. And if we run it, see, it's printing golden retriever and husky, because here we are printing this breed, this golden retriever breed, and the other object, this husky breed. So let's add a new type of field that is an static field. The static field is shared between all the instances and could be accessed from the dog class itself. For example, we are going to store the amount of dogs. And each time a new dog is created, we will update this value. Amount right now is a static variable, so this will be not used because amount is shared between all the instances. And let's update this. Okay, and we are going to print the amount of dogs. So each time we create a new instance, this value of amount will be updated and shared between all the instances. Let's try it. If we run it, okay, this is not running. Oh, wait then, it's still compiling. Wait just for a moment. The static variable could be accessed if we want it from the class itself. We tried dog class and the static field amount. Okay, this compiled. Must be an error of the code word. Okay, if we try it, see, golden retriever of this instance, the instance dog1, and the amount that is shared between all of the instances now is 1. If we use this instance dog2, we show this breed husky and the shared static variable amount that is now 2. And if we want it, we can access from the class directly the static variable amount. See, we are printing the number 2 because already are 2 instances on the code right now. Okay, let's try to create a method. All of the instances that we create could call these methods. For example, it that will return a boolean. No, this, if you don't want to, in the methods, here in this part, we write which returning type is going to return. For example, for the walk, we are going to return an int because I'm going to return the amount of miles that the dog walk. So here, if we call walk, we are going to return 5. By default, we can do something like 5 miles per age. Let's try it. Compile. Okay, now we can call it from both of the instances. Let's use this system to print the dog1 instance, and we call walk. And we can call to the dog instance too. Let's call it with a more significant name, the golden and the husky. This will be more easy to you to know which of them, dog, husky, golden, and the husky. Let's try it and run it. See? This multiplies 5 with this 3 of the instance golden, and the instance husky is stored at 4. So 4 multiplied by 5 is 20. If you see, it will depend which instance we are calling it, from which instance we are calling the method walk. Now let's create another method, the method eat. For example, we can do that it doesn't return anything. So to declare that doesn't return anything, we use the keyword void. So we are going to print something here inside and will not return anything. Let's print this dog breed. Oh, the breed. And that is eating. Let's try it. And we can call from both of the instances, it and it. Let's try it. Oh, not allowed here. It's public, void. Oh yeah, because this is not returning anything, sorry. That error is because we are not returning anything. So this could not be printed here. So we are going only to call it. Sorry. Okay, if we compile it and then run it, if you see, this instance golden is printing golden retriever eating. And this instance husky is printing eating. See, it's different between them because each of them stores a different value of breed, and all of them share the same amount. Now, another thing that you review on the first lesson is the heritage. For example, we have the class dog. We can create a new class rescue dog. But if you know, a rescue dog is a dog too. So we can inheritance all the fields and methods that a dog already has. And we can add new fields and new methods. We are going to add the type of training of this rescue dog and the methods that, for example, search people to save them, right? So let's go to the code again. Now go to this piece of the code. And here we declare that it's a rescue dog that extends from the dog class. So because this is extending the dog class, it will have all these fields and the methods. And we'll call the constructor too. So here we are going to accept the other things that are named here, that are called here. And add the training. So here we call the super constructor that is with this keyword super, we are calling the constructor of the parent, that is this one. So this will store all of these values, update amount, and will print this. So we are going to give all the information, the breed, the fur, and the age. And we are going to store the new value, the training, the type training. Let's do it, well, the type of training. This is more significant. Okay. And we are going to print something else, the training of the dog. So first will be called the constructor of the dog class, and then we'll continue with the rest of the code on this constructor. And we can create another method, for example, search people. Then for now, it's going only to return the age, for example, multiplied by the amount of people that, for example, a dog could found. So because we have already all the data of a dog class, we can only do it with this and age. And then we'll return the amount of dogs of people that was found by this rescue dog. Okay, let's compile it. It's all okay. Okay. So let's create a new one. We can store if we want it in the dog class because it's the rescue dog is a child from the dog class, or we can directly store it on the rescue dog class type. You will know more about it on the lesson 4 of when store it on dog and when storing on rescue dog. So here will be the rescue one, the rescue dog. And we will create it a new rescue dog instance with all the new data. For example, a shepherd. Or for example, a Dalmatian. Dalmatians are used too for the rescue dogs. And we'll have a black and white color, but this will be short. And the age, for example, will have 2 years old. And the type of training. Let's give it fire environment training. For example, the Dalmatians are used with the firemen on the fire stations. Fire environment. So let's try it, compile it, and run it. Okay, if you see, first is calling this super constructor. So first we'll store all the data, breed, fur, age, update the amount, and print Dalmatian of this breed And the amount is now 3 because there is already other two dogs, and here's a new dog. So the amount will be 3. And then we'll execute the rest of the code for for this rescue dog. See, the type of training is in a fire environment. Now let's try to call, for example, the it method and the search people method, because the rescue dog has all the methods that dog has and the new ones too. So the rescue one will call it and we'll call search people. You can return this directly, but I want to show you that it's found, so I store it in a variable, but you can write it here directly. And search people. Let's try it and compile it and run it. Oh, I write a name here, sorry. Let's try it. See, first the Dalmatian is eating and this is returning. Okay, so we are going to print it with this one. Okay, let's try it again. Compile and execute it. See, now the Dalmatian that we created on stored on the reference of the object on rescue variable is eating, and then we are going to search people because we are giving it an age of 2, and this multiply by 2. So the age of 2 that this dog has, because it's a child of the dog class, and by 2. So this return 4. Okay, this is all the things that I was talking about with the lessons. So right now I'm going to review all your comments to seek for questions. Okay, let's give me a little bit of time to read all your comments. Give me a little moment. It seems that there is no comments. Let me see it on YouTube. Okay. Oh, here are the live comments. Hi, Herman. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, I see your comments on the YouTube chat. So write it if you have questions about all that I review with all of you in the lesson. If you don't remember, we review about the operators, the control flow, and we review too the classes, objects, and methods. If you have questions, write it there. And if you don't have questions, we will leave it in like 5 minutes. So I will give you time to search, to write your questions. And I will share my screen again. If you want to see the topics, yeah, here. Remember that you can try the same code here with the project 53637. I will write it on the comments. We review all about the operators, the control flow, for example, the if-then statements, the switch statements, the loops, and about the classes, objects, and methods, and a little bit about inheritance. You will review more about it on the next lessons. Okay, if you don't have questions right now, you can leave it on the comments on the forums, and we are going to, with the other tutors, we are going to answer your questions on the forums. And let me show you my face right now. Okay, so thanks for watching, and we are going to waiting you on the next masterclass with the lesson 2. So have a nice day and a nice week, and see you later.